Okay, we're back again. I'm kind of doing this from the same position as we did the last presentation from, and you know, like some of these will be in order on the internet on 8 Eagles Gather, or kind of separated a bit or whatever. But a lot of my stuff, you can look on Safari under Sig Erickson, and you'll find probably all kinds of things there. Or under a friend in Brannan who does produces videos of some of the poems and song type things that I've written, and his site is FCV Productions, all small letters, FCV Productions with an S at the end, and you go on there and you'll see some of the things that I've written and initially produced or whatever, but he has put it into motion, into action videos that are online. You can get me on YouTube also by just putting in Sig, S-I-G, and Erickson, E-I-R-I-K-S-S-O-N, or go directly to 8 Eagles Gather. Well, this next little episode that I want to do with you is kind of a little bit different. I have been a person of faith, of Christian faith, for years, going back to when I was a little child. I had my first vision of Jesus. And even when I had an operation in Winnipegosis as a young person, I was about 10 years old. I had an out-of-body experience there. And so all along the way, I've had personal experiences that entrench in me that this whole faith thing is real. And it's got to be, because we come up with answers like right now. The internet is making such a mess of our lives. They're saying that everything is secure on the internet, when no, it isn't. We just had that company introduce some coding to the system, and it's caused mess-ups in airline transportation, all kinds of things all over the world. And all they can do is come back and say, oh, we're sorry. Well, you know, they have altered people's lives so drastically that it's just incredible. People have spent hours and hours sleeping in airports overnight, spending extra money to book extra flights and all of this sort of thing. It almost makes it like, hey, to travel anywhere is not worth it anymore, because you don't know what's going to happen. And definitely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the internet is not as secure, or anywhere near as secure as what they would like to think it is and try to tell us that it is, because it isn't. They want us to do everything online, paperless or whatever. Well, I just say garbage to that, because paperless, you've got it in your hand, you've got it right before you. It can't disappear, because either your phone crashes or the system crashes or whatever. Then they say, oh well, we're going to go for a cashless society. That's not working out either. Neither are electric cars working out. There are situations that we are being led in the wrong direction by a lot of the people that we put in charge, that we would expect them to be doing a better job of what they're doing. So I'm going to put together a little kind of scenario here for you, and I hope that you enjoy this, because it comes from the heart of a teacher. It comes from the heart of having experience and things like that. Like, you can go online and you can check out various things in different countries. Every country basically has what they call a population pyramid and things like that, and see the fascination of what you can figure out when you look at some of these population pyramids that they create for different countries. They have women on one side, guys on the other side, and you're going to see something very, very interesting there. So there's lots of interesting things that they can determine that is being done scientifically. For example, the number of species of trees, of different kinds of plants that are in the world, different kinds of animals. I looked up one the other day because we were dealing with kind of an infestation of ladybugs, and I checked onto that. Did you know that there are 5,000 species, approximately 5,000 species of ladybugs? How did that come into being? How did that happen? Did they teach one another to paint dots on their little backs or whatever? I doubt that. But 5,000 different species of ladybugs, and maybe we see 1, 2, or maybe 3 in the areas that we're in. So here's a little thing that we can do, and this is just kind of, you know, just my thought of having a little bit of fun. So we get in contact with, let's say, 3 other people. and we say that we're going to put together some ingredients and we're going to make something. But I don't tell them what we're going to make, okay? So you know for a fact and things like that, okay, girls, ladies, guys, they're cooks or whatever, they go to a recipe and they pick the right ingredients and they put the right ingredients together to into proportion with what they're going to make and bake or whatever, and it comes out something tasting beautiful. And so that's one way to look at ingredients. But my suggestion to you, and this little exercise would be something like this. Okay, I'm going to pick 3 people, and I want each of you to bring maybe approximately half a cup of ingredients. But I don't tell them what to bring. Bring whatever ingredient you want, okay? And I'll put my own in a little cup, half a cup or whatever, and we'll take a look and we'll see what the other 3 people brought as well. So when they approach and they show their ingredients, I look in the cups and I see one and I think, this is interesting. This person has brought some wood chips. That's half a cup of wood chips. That is very, very interesting for this person to decide to bring some wood chips. And then I look in another, and there's kind of like things that might come off a wheat plant or whatever, you know, and not totally thrashed yet or whatever, a little bit of covering on the wheat seeds themselves and things like that. But hey, no problem. They brought that. We'll see what happens with that. And then another person brings something, and it's different again, and it looks kind of a little bit more solid. And they say, well, I'm pretty sure that with the direct amount of heat that we can apply, I'm pretty sure that this is going to melt. They didn't really tell me what it was. It looked like chunks of something, almost like chunks of ice or whatever. But, you know, like butter or anything like that. Okay, you take it out of the freezer, you got to let it thaw out and melt or whatever. So, trusting, okay, and I had just some white powder. I didn't tell them whether it was flour. I didn't tell them whether it was sugar or what and whatnot. And I said, okay. I says, we're going to put them all together and we're going to make something. And of course, right away they're saying, well, what are we going to make? And I said, well, just wait. Let's mix them all together first of all, and we'll put them in a stirring bowl and see what we can come up with. And so as we're mixing, I say to them, okay, here's the point. Okay, what should we create that is totally different from anything that's ever been created on the face of the earth to this day? Something brand new, something totally different, or whatever. And so you could conjure up all kinds of things and say, well, you know what? Elephants, for example, they've got a big trunk, they've got big floppy ears or whatever, they're heavy and stuff like that, find a hard time moving around. And we know that some of the TV shows that they showed early back, I think it was Dumbo the Flying Elephant or whatever, and there's all kinds of kids things that went on years and years ago or whatever. And I said, well, why don't we actually create a real small miniature, it's going to have to be miniature, flying elephant? And so we stir the bowl, we do all kinds of things, we say things, and that this is what we're doing, we're making this new creation and whatnot. And guess what? It doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. No matter what we speak to it, no matter what we hope for it, we don't get this little miniature elephant flying with the ears flapping, coming flying out of the concoction of the ingredients that we put together. And you know what? That is directly the point that I'm making. What we see out there in creation, all around us, are things that we cannot make. We can change them. We can make hybrids. We can add to them. We can bake with them. We can do all sorts of things like that. But we cannot create a brand new species. We are intelligent human beings. We are intelligent people. But we cannot create and make something brand new. And you know what? A lot of people just refuse to sit down in an easy chair, in a park somewhere, look at the wonders of creation and say, wow, this is incredible. There are birds flying in the trees. There are different voices of different birds. There's squirrels running from tree to tree. there's little animals running through the grasses and through the leaves and whatnot. And then they say, well, okay, let's name some of the trees that are around us in the forest or whatever. And there's aspen, there's spruces, there's willows, there's the brushes and bush and poison ivy and all kinds of things like that. We cannot, as human beings, as intelligent as we are and as smart as we think we are, we cannot create one single thing. So what's the answer? The answer has to be, without question, we are on this earth due to the marvelousness of a human body, a baby being in the womb for 9 months. Okay, hopefully the mother, fed us correctly and whatnot, and not on alcohol or drugs or anything else or whatever to alter us. Hopefully no mental illness back in the family, because genetics is there as well to alter things and change things. And all of a sudden we're born and grow up, hopefully without too many minor sicknesses or whatever. Like I had to have my appendix out at 10 years of age or whatever. So all of these kind of things can happen to us along the way. But it still points out to the fact that there is a creator. There is a God, a person up there who knows and has the ability and has put all of these things upon the earth. And I don't want to get into any discussions about, well, there could be this on this planet, this on that planet, or whatever. I kind of try to stay away from all of those kind of things. Yeah, the earth is moving, the earth is changing. There's lots of things happening like that. But that's been occurring since day one. There's fighting and battles all over the earth. No need to have that happen, because you'd think that every country should have their own little space of land and be happy with it. No, they want more. They want more. Some of the old James Bond movies were right. The world is not enough. Some of the people want to take over control of everything. And if we keep being consistent and saying, no, you're not going to take over our kids, you're not going to take over our families, we have a right to live just like everybody else and whatnot, then hopefully things can work out for the better. But I did a lot of teaching in my lifetime and things like that, a lot of fantastic times with students over the years, conversations and that sort of thing. Enjoyed every bit of it, and super enjoyed doing this presentation with you today. So we'll say bye for now, and okay, just remember, 8 Eagles Gather. Okay, we're on that. Sig Erickson, you can look that up on Safari or whatever, and then also on YouTube, Sig Erickson, look that up, S-I-G, and then Erickson, E-I-R-I-K-S-S-O-N. So bye for now. Take care.